Chicago Bulls signed Alize Johnson to a 2-year, $3.6 million deal. So Johnson last season, he spent the year with the Brooklyn Nets. And this guy, he really emerged a little out of nowhere, especially when the Nets had tons of injuries at the forward position last season. And we know James Harden was out a lot. We know Kevin Durant was out for probably a month or two, it was, with his injury until he was 100% and ready to go for the playoff push. But right here, he got released a couple days ago, was Alize Johnson by the Nets. And right here, the Chicago Bulls once again adding more depth to their roster. And this Bull team, they're prime and ready, they think, to make a run right here in the Eastern Conference this season. And the Eastern Conference, a lot of good teams in the conference and a lot of good moves in the offseason here. And Chicago making tons of them, obviously, with DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo Ball coming in to go with Zach LaVine and Nikola Vukovic. They also added Stanley Johnson and Matt Thomas on the day as well. So the Bulls making 3 moves here. And this was a quick signing. Alize Johnson, a lot of raw athleticism, and a guy who goes out there and hustles. And right here, he's going to be a perfect player, in my opinion, off the bench here for the Chicago Bulls. And he should see some run, in my opinion, getting maybe 15, 20 minutes a game. So last season with the Brooklyn Nets here for Alize Johnson, 5.2 points a game, 5 rebounds. Not really a three-point shooter, but he did shoot 58% from the field. So this is a guy who could get to the basket. He's a guy that's a high flyer. And right here, as soon as he cleared waivers, he was scooped up right away from the Chicago Bull team. And he got a pretty decent contract as well for a guy who didn't play many games last season and came on towards the second half to the end of the year for the Brooklyn Nets. So Alize Johnson finds a new home quickly after he clears waivers, and he signs a deal with the Chicago Bulls. And for fantasy basketball, he's a guy I'm probably not going to draft night in the next couple weeks to a month before the season, but he's a guy to definitely keep an eye on and a guy that definitely could crack this rotation and make some plays. So Alize Johnson signs with the Bulls, and we'll see what he can do in the upcoming season.